The Cannabis Show is for information only. You should always consult with a qualified and licensed physician or other medical care provider.
Welcome to the Cannabis Show. Today, Basil shares his love for Dennis Peron. We have a closer look at the Zeus Cleaning Kit, and we answer your questions about licensed producers. Why are so many LPs in Ontario? Keep watching.
This is a special RIP edition of Basil's Buds, where I talk about someone who was not only awesome, but heroic as well. The passing of Dennis Peron was marked by many cannabis consumers across the world. If you are not familiar with the name, you are likely familiar with his story and some of his accomplishments. Peron was a prominent figure in the gay culture as well as the cannabis scenes in San Francisco during the 70s and 80s. He was quick to realize the benefits of cannabis for those enduring what AIDS does to the body, and was integral in passing a city ordinance allowing people to legally possess and consume medical cannabis in San Francisco. In '96, Peron and his team managed to pass Prop 215, a statewide law legalizing medical cannabis in California. Prop 215 was a spark that fueled the fight for a person's right to consume cannabis for medical purposes all the way across the world. I think we, as medical cannabis consumers, owe a debt of gratitude to this bud that was. He was a compassionate war vet who fought tirelessly so that you may have the right to choose plants over pills.
This is Basil, I'm Chris, and today we're talking about the Zeus Cleaning Kit.
Yeah, this one comes from Zeus Arsenal out in Toronto. It's a great little kit. It's got 4 parts. So you've got the bristle cleaners, the pipe cleaners. You've got some grime wipes, which are actually kind of like a little cotton-ended swab where you can crack it off. It's full of ethyl alcohol, and then it gets it onto the
Okay, so with ethyl alcohol, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this one first, because we can use it anywhere on a vape or a pipe.
Yeah, the beauty of this one is that there's no alcohol in it. So it's an aqueous solution. It's got a bunch of detergents in it and chelating agents. But you mix this with some warm water. It's about a 60% to 40% warm water ratio. And then, you can use it to soak your glass parts and things like that.
Yeah, and then you can also get in there on your vape as well.
That's right. Yeah, the bristles are great for that too.
Yeah, exactly. Now, what about these? So we mentioned the ethyl alcohol. Mm-hmm. So how do we have to be careful with that?
Yeah, so these guys with the ethyl alcohol in the sticks and the wipes, I would keep those away from, say, plastic parts, anything like silicone, something that's going to break down. They're great for like inside that ceramic and that titanium bowl inside your vaporizer. Great for your glass. The wipes are fantastic for glass. It's a great way to keep things clean on a daily basis, so you don't have to get to the grimy parts.
So, and what happens when it does touch the plastic, the ethyl alcohol? You said over time. So I guess if you do it a couple times, it's not going to make much of a difference. It might change the color, or?
That's right. Probably won't be that much of a big deal if you get a little on there. But if you're using it constantly over time, you're going to start to deteriorate and break those parts down.
Now you can get the Zeus Cleaning Kit at NHS education centers.
Yeah, and awesome. Online too.
That's the Zeus Cleaning Kit.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, but mostly ladies just for a sec. Ladies, you may want to bookmark these sites. One is a Facebook group based in Winnipeg, Manitoba called She Can. It's a hugely informative site that talks about not only how cannabis can help with women's health-related issues and lifestyle issues around cannabis use, but also is so helpful and supportive for beginners and experienced cannabis users alike. Then you may want to bookmark Vanderpop, whose tagline is the Cannabis Digest for Discerning Women. They talk about things like being a mom and talking to your kids about cannabis and sex and pregnancy, about female leaders in the industry and what they're up to. 2 fascinating and supportive groups. That's She Can on Facebook and Vanderpop.com.
You can ask us anything. We have Kate and Basil on our panel today. They're going to answer your question. This question is actually from Ray. Why are so many LPs in Ontario? Doesn't Calgary get more sunlight than most places? Or what about BC? They're known for their cannabis.
I know Calgary gets a lot of sunlight, but where a lot of those LPs are in Ontario is right down in that part where it goes down into the States.
To
So
Windsor
I'm
and
thinking if you're getting a little bit more south, you're going to get more sunshine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe a little
definitely.
bit higher sunshine.
All right, what about BC?
Well, and Ontario has a lot of greenhouses too. I
Okay.
know that greenhouses in Alberta don't exactly have the best of luck with hail, etc. But yeah, BC, I think we're seeing more all the time, and I think probably now that they've kind of opened it up for smaller batch producers too, there'll be a lot more on the west side because they're already there in BC. So I think we'll see a lot more of them. But good question. We're kind of...
Well, we're also starting to see, like, you're starting to see some cannabis jobs opening up around Calgary too. What are these for, like, the recreational market, these LPs, or what's happening there?
Out in BC, I was going to say, that's where, I mean, there's plenty of growers out there.
Yeah.
It's just they're not quite on this side of the...
Okay, but there are any around Calgary right now?
There's 2 licensed producers.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's 3 actually. One which has a license to sell, and then there's 2 with cultivation licenses at least. Sundial is one of them. And they should be ready to have.
Yeah, soon. And there's definitely a few more
products
upcoming late stage.
And then we got our big one here as well with Aurora.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. That's a great question, Ray. And if you have a question for The Cannabis Show, email it to us, thecannabisshow@naturalhealthservices.ca.